All right, hi everyone. Thank you for coming to this meeting here. We really value your time. As you're all aware of, our sales have been flattening over the past 5-6 years. Things do not look good from that aspect. I wanted to ask a quick question of all of you. How many of you have seen the financial results of our main competitor, Buy-A-Bear, over the past 5-6 years? A couple of you, yeah? Well, for those of you who haven't, let me just sort of summarize what they look like. Buy-A-Bear has been experiencing sales growth over the past 5 years on average of 6.8%. A lot higher than ours. So what does this tell us? This tells us that this is not an industry-wide problem. This is an us problem, and we need to fix that problem. Here at Vermont Teddy Bear Company, we're not second best to anyone. We believe that our products are the highest quality, that customers know that our products are the highest quality, and that we need to be a market leader for that reason. So, why are you all here today? What we want to do is we want to reach more customers, expand our customer base. Right now our customer base is primarily in the Northeast. We want to reach out from just this sort of niche market. And we want to generate a better return on our marketing investment. So the general conclusion that we've come up with at the request of Jason is that we should be pursuing marketing through trade shows. And so to preview what our presentation is going to be all about, first we're going to talk about why we believe trade shows are a viable marketing option for us at this point, which trade show or trade shows we should be looking at to have our products displayed at, our expectations for how these trade shows will impact our sales and our sales growth, and finally what the next steps we need to take in order to make this marketing plan successful. Right now, I'll go ahead and introduce ourselves. My name is Patrick. I'm a product manager here at Vermont Teddy Bear Company. With me are my associates, fellow product managers, Jesse and Trevor. And finally, joining us later via video will be McCaleb, also a product manager. Right now, I'm going to hand it off to Jesse to talk a bit more about our financial problems over these past couple years. Jesse.
Right. Thanks, Patrick. So over the past 38 years, we managed to grow a customer base of 350,000 people here at Vermont Teddy Bear Company. All of these customers are repeat customers, and it's good for brand loyalty and retention, but not so much for increasing our sales and market share. So now, if you look at this graph, we'll explain.
So that's the importance of interpersonal communication at these events. So now I'm going to pass it on to Jesse for what's going to set us apart.
According to Balo, the only thing that's more important than these interpersonal interactions at these toy shows is knowing what sets our product apart. Customers want to know why our product is better than the one that's sitting right next to it. There's 3 things that set us apart. The first thing is a lifetime guarantee on our bears. If they break, fall apart, send them back and we'll give you a new one. The second, our bears are 100% recycled. So our footprint on the environment, it's non-existent. And then third, all of our bears are handmade right here in the US. Our year-end revenue this year was $72.3 million, which had a significantly lower growth rate compared to last year. It was only 0.28% compared to last year's growth rate of 1.84%, and we had a revenue of $72.1 million. We need to find a solution to this decrease in sales and increase this growth rate. In order to reach these new customers, we've decided to utilize trade shows in our marketing mix, particularly the Toy Fair New York. This trade show is geographically close to our location, so Patrick and Trevor are going to explain this more coming up. So that's what sets us apart, and now to take this idea and turn it into a reality, here's Trevor with the budget.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, if you would direct your attention to the screen, and we'll take a look at the budget. For the budget, we will acquire an exhibit space at the Toy Fair, which will encompass 100 square feet for a total of $3,500 at $35 a foot. This total cost includes the space at the Javits Center, 3 panels to create a separate space for other vendors, and signage. In addition to the cost of the space at the fair, we feel it necessary to send 2 members to demonstrate the product and create a strong first impression with future clients. The cost associated with sending 2 employees totals $6,460 with the following breakdown. So that's our budget for the trade show. Now I'm going to hand it off to Patrick for a break-even analysis.
So what will we have to produce from this trade show in order to break even on our costs? You just heard about our projected costs, what we'll need to invest into this trade show. And we think that in order to make this investment worthwhile, we're going to need to make contacts with at least 10 new retailer/distributor type customers. The reason why we came to this conclusion is because on average, our retailer distributor customers that we have now spend about $2,100 each year with us. So if we were to enter into year-long contracts with any new retailer distributor customers we make contacts with through the Toy Fair, that would provide an increase in revenue of about $21,000, which would be more than enough to cover our costs, and that's including the cost of goods sold to the teddy bears we actually sell to them and those costs we talked about in the budget of attending and displaying our products at the trade show. But to get some more into the reasoning as to why we think that this is the best option for us at this current time is because we want to experiment with a new method. We think it's important to do that from time to time. We haven't used trade shows before. And so the projected costs and the projected benefits that Trevor and I just talked about are just that. They're projections, estimates, they're our best guesses, but we don't really know exactly what it's going to cost and exactly what the return is going to be. So by attending, say, the Toy Fair New York this upcoming year, we think that we can gather valuable data on who comes to our booth, how likely they are to buy, what the actual costs are, what the actual increase in revenue is, and using that we can make better decisions going forward on whether or not to implement at toy fairs or similar trade shows, and how many we should be trying to attend, just one a year, or maybe trying to spread out across the whole country, because we need data to be able to evaluate those sort of decisions. Another reason why we think trade shows would be a good marketing strategy for us is because it gives us a really good ability to target our customers. What I mean by that is the people who are coming to the Toy Fair New York or similar trade shows like it, they're in the market for toys. They're already looking to buy toys, teddy bears, stuffed animals, things of that nature. Whereas if we advertise on TV, probably of the people who see that ad, maybe 2, 3 of them will be actually in the market for teddy bears or toys. So by attending trade shows with specific focuses on the toy segment of the industry, it will be a much better return on marketing investment on a per dollar basis, we think, than just the other forms of advertising we've been using so far.
Thanks, Jesse. Well, according to the Toy Fair New York website, the Toy Fair New York welcomes 30,000 buyers from over 100 different countries. Each buyer is a potential way for us to increase our market share in the teddy bear industry. According to Gottlieb, interpersonal interaction is going to be the key to success at any toy fair. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to select the 2 most personable employees that are going to be able to provide potential buyers with a positive experience and a positive outlook at our company, because they're representing all of us and all of you.
In order to showcase these 3 qualities, we proposed a demo for this toy show. First, we'd like to take 2 or 3 of our best bears, try and pull them apart, showcase our strong stitching, and then once this proves unsuccessful, we'd like to use scissors to cut these bears open and showcase the insides to our customers. We want to show this recycled foam that sets us apart from the bear right next to it. Then after this, we'll explain, due to our lifetime guarantee, there's no need to worry. Just send this bear right back. You'll get one that looks exactly the same.
Now I'm going to hand it off to Michaela to talk more about your concerns, address your concerns, and what we need to do to make our marketing investment in trade shows happen.
Our research found that trade shows are still effective even in this digital age. There's no question that with our product, person-to-person interaction is the best way to sell Vermont teddy bears. The initial interaction between our employees and the customers will be the most vital point of going to the trade show. Through personal selling and attending a trade show, we can obtain a high customer retention rate and allow every potential customer to physically touch the teddy bears. Additionally, by attending a trade show, we will still be effective in every other marketing channel and promotional strategy that we are already currently using. We have weighed the benefits and the concerns of the trade show and greatly believe that the benefits outweigh the concerns. With that, let's talk about the concerns of going to the trade show. The major concern is the cost of attending a trade show. We estimate that the potential cost would only make up 0.009% of last year's revenue. It would also only require about 1.8% of the marketing budget to attend this year's toy fair in New York. So for example, even if we generated $0 in sales in this trade show, the loss would only incur in our materials, which we could then further use in other promotion strategies, such as selling on our website. Lastly, how we will move forward after this meeting is we will begin by reserving our space at the toy fair. We plan to do this as quickly as possible. Once we have been approved from the trade show, we need to put down a deposit of $3,500. While waiting to hear back after we've submitted our application to see if we have been approved for the trade show, we will be selecting our 2 teammates who will be going to the trade show. We will begin by training these individuals who we have ideally decided to be personable and to embody the values of Vermont Teddy Bear. We will also further research how companies excelled at trade show events. So in conclusion, we strongly suggest in attending the trade show and believe that with the right 2 people at the trade show, Vermont Teddy Bear will be very happy in the growth of sales.